Hello, Sagittarius. It is so wonderful to finally see you in person. I finally set up my filming studio. I really hope you like it. These are my paintings in the back if you'd like to look at them in my link down below. Anyway, I'm so sorry that I'm a week behind, but I really hope that these messages reach you at the most perfect opportune time. My little spiel is that I work with tarot and oracle. These readings are general. They might not resonate with all of you, but again, hopefully the messages that are really meant to get out. And the roles and characters and messages can all be reversed, so I could be talking about you or perhaps someone else in your life. And my readings are not date specific, so perhaps last week's readings would resonate with you today or from 6 months from now, so who knows. What I've been doing with most of the signs, Saggy, is doing an overall view, an astrology summary of the month, and I will just quickly gloss over that because I usually have a lot to say. Lots of intuitive messages come through. I shuffle the cards beforehand to save us time, and it comes up a bit noisy on my mic, so I hope that's okay with you, but they are intuitively pop out. I don't handpick them or anything like that. So astrology speaking, it's a big month this March. It is a big month because of Mercury retrograde and Uranus changing sign. So there will be this strange dynamic of feeling pulled to the past, feeling self-reflective, and then also feeling catapulted into action in regards to creating that amazing future you want. You might be thinking about new ways of communicating, writing, publishing, speaking, learning a new language. Also with groups, perhaps you might meet new people. Maybe you'll be thinking about if there are certain people that aren't serving you anymore and there's some adjustments that you could make. Also in terms of your health, you might be mixing it up there. Eating healthier, exercising more consistently, or finding a routine that's more enjoyable and fun for you. You might find that your relationships are becoming very healing and harmonious. You might experience personal healing. And Mercury retrograde is really great for completing things, also reflecting on things, re-evaluating how you're doing things. Overall, it looks like you're going to have a lot of energy this month to, start that new workout routine, maybe change up your house, decorate it, make it more cozy and nice. You'll also be reflecting a lot more about your foundation, so maybe there'll be changes in where you're living or where you're working, or maybe you'll decide that you want to start your own business. And heading towards the end of the month, it will be really, I think you'll start to feel a little bit more playful, especially after you have the full moon and Uranus and everything working with you, starting to implement all of these things that maybe you were reflecting on earlier on in the month. And you'll start to maybe commune with your inner child more and be more playful. Maybe new romance will flourish for you. Overall, you're going to have a really strong sense of well-being this month, despite the possible big changes that might happen this month and this year. And then in the last week of March, you might find yourself beautifying your home, pampering yourself, inviting friends over, just hanging out and having a good time. And during those times where it is a little bit uncomfortable or you experience some contrast, just ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How is this enhancing my growth and expansion right now? Okay, Saggy, so let's get into your card reading. As I said, I shuffled them before and they just pop out. And so, like Cancer, I got really emotional with this, with your reading. The first two cards that we have here are the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups. And what I'm getting here is that have experienced something that has caused a major awakening within you, it's actually quite beautiful. And as with many awakenings, it can be a very emotional and confusing time. I kind of heard you thinking that something along the lines of, oh, this is what it's about. This is the meaning of life. This is what it's all about. I don't have to worry about all that stuff back there. All my power is now. And the purpose is just joy and love. That's all it is. And I feel like you really at least had a moment where you truly met yourself, your true self, or you met God or the universe, or however you want to verbalize it. But you had, yeah, you had this moment where it was twofold. You had this moment, this exhilarating moment, and either before or after, you've started to feel really emotional. Emotional because you were releasing a lot of resistance. Okay, so you're not alone, Saggy. If this is what you're going through right now, it is so beautiful and it's so amazing that you've had this new awakening in your life. The next two cards we have are the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So whatever turmoil or challenges that you've faced before in your life, it seems like this new awakening has given you the insight and the courage and the strength to cut those weeds out of your life and to feel like you're on this new beginning and actually receiving more creative ideas, thinking more outside of the box, but overall you have a deeper sense of freedom and expansion. And it's just really amazing. You're just coming more into your power. And I just want to say, for those emotional moments, it can feel a bit painful at times. Every time we awaken, we come more into our bodies and we become more one with Source. And there's a moment where right before we release our resistance or any pain, it can feel really uncomfortable and just really, really painful. But as soon as you get over that edge, it's just smooth sailing from there, and it just feels so good. So I really sympathize with you, Saji, but it really looks like you're entering a new phase of your life, a new cycle of your life where you have never been more alive and more awakened and more conscious and just awake. Perhaps your third eye and your crown chakra are beginning to open more as well. So you might experience some of those symptoms, but overall, like the astrology reading, you're experiencing more feelings of well-being and joy and security. And you're rewriting the past, you're rewriting the future, you're rewriting the present, and you're just transforming a lot. And the other thing that I want to say is that when we have these pinnacle moments of awakening and aligning with our true self, it's kind of like getting off a really long flight, you know, where you've been sitting for over 8 hours and you're jet lagged and you're achy and you're hungry and you're tired. This can kind of feel how it feels to come to these new heights of consciousness. So I just want to say to continue to be brave and strong and patient with yourself as you acclimate to this new state of being and living and feeling, because it is a lot, but you're on the path to more abundance, security, well-being, happiness, creativity, joy, and you're just rocking awesome, Sagittarius. Your 2 advice cards for this month or week, whatever you want to say, is the initiation. You are being initiated to higher levels of consciousness. You're going somewhere absolutely sacred, and like I said, you're really meeting yourself all over again, and that's just so beautiful, Saggy. The next card we have is you're already doing it. If, again, awakening can cause a lot of doubts and confusion, so if you've had those moments, just know that you're doing it, and everything you're doing is absolutely perfect and natural and good. And also, don't beat yourself up, because when we have these moments of, oh my gosh, like I have the key to the whole meaning of life, and then we go out into the matrix, into normal life, it can all be kind of disorienting and confusing and also saddening, and there's just this whole bag of emotions. And I know I have gotten kind of down on myself, like, oh my gosh, I was so high the other day and now I'm feeling this way. And that's just kind of part of it until you find your footing and your momentum, and just let this new foundation of your life really cement and settle. And you will find your footing. You will find your people too, if you haven't already. You will find your tribe, because often when these things happen, you can be like, yeah, who I'm hanging around with, like, don't resonate with me anymore. And that could be why, you're changing up your foundation. Maybe you're like, oh, like I really need to move somewhere else. I really need to move near the ocean or the lake or somewhere warmer or somewhere, more quiet, whatever it is. Maybe it's your career, or maybe it's everything. Who knows? Only you know. And I mean, with great change comes great opportunity and expansion and growth. So there's going to be a lot of changes this year, because this is the year where the last previous years were about just shaking out all the weak structures in our life, so that now in 2019 we have this brand new clean slate, and we get to create the life that we really want to create, that's made out of well-being and security and happiness and love and peace and all of those things that you value inside. So you're really doing amazing work, and continue to, cut through those weeds and stand up for yourself and own who you are now, and know that you are loved and that great love is surrounding you. Okay, Saggy? And I hope this has just been a great confirmation that you're on the right track, and that you haven't done anything wrong, and that it will get better, and you are finding your way, and just amazing, exciting stuff lies ahead of you. I am going to do an extended if you want to meet me over on the other side. I think I'm going to start calling them deep dives, master classes on how to practically implement all of these things so that we can become master manifestors this year and really make stuff happen, And I'm going to be working with this oracle deck of sacred geometry. It's the language of our soul, and I am able to give you the perfect master course that you need to create these changes that you personally want to make in your life. So I do hope you join me, but if this is where we part ways for the week, I wish you nothing but love, peace, and harmony. Mwah. Bye, Saggy.